Bro, the Playboi Carti Clone that nobody is talking about. And he goes by Lifeless Garments. Man, he's just so underrated. Like, I see no blogs, no YouTubers, nobody talk about Lifeless Garments, and he's absolutely insane, man. He's sitting at 19.3 Instagram followers. He's got crazy good engagement, crazy good music, and in my opinion, he's probably my favorite. Maybe my favorite Carti clone. Like, I mean, we got like Cochise, obviously, all of Opium. Some would even say Yeet, but I don't know. For Yeet, I kind of feel like Yeet's more of like a. He's just like a Yeet. Like, he's just in his own lane. Like, sure, Up to Me, he was inspired by Playboi Carti's a whole lot of red type beats, but I guess you could say Kid Buu is also a Playboi Carti clone. I mean, I think you guys know all the Playboi Carti clones out there. I can't think of all of them on the top of my head, but my favorite by far is Lifeless Garments. And, you know, he's still pretty underground. He's kind of in the ambient, Destroy Lonely kind of wave with the super distorted beats and stuff like that. But he's just so good. He's at 22,000 monthly listeners, super underground. His top song is Love Flute 2. 160k views, and then That's Cool, which is a fire song as well, is 121,000 views. And Mars is actually the biggest stream song he has, 394,000, so close to 400k. And then Lean On Ya, man, Lean On Ya is one of my favorite Lifeless Garment songs. Definitely, probably in my top 10 favorite songs this year, top 10 most listened to songs this year. I could be wrong on that, you know what I mean? But man, he's just so incredible, and I just want to kind of touch on his music because nobody is talking about him at all. And let's just go to some of the songs that I have in my rotation, like heavily in my rotation. Bam for the Blood, B4TB is a crazy good song. It has those, I don't even know, those hyper pop synths and crazy 808, and just the way he flows on it, it's just insane. And like Before the Blood project goes pretty hard. Obviously, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 songs added in there. Dialect goes super hard. Being Through is really good. He Not Gangster For Real, Put Myself On, really good. But I just don't understand because he literally sounds like Playboi Carti, and nobody's talking about how good his music is. Yes, he does have those weird controversial tweets that are blowing up, whatever, on Twitter and stuff like that, but you guys still listen to Carti. You guys already know Playboi Carti has the whole domestic violence situation, and you guys still listen to him. Lifeless Garments definitely said some weird shit through DMs, which was all over Twitter, but I think he's the next best thing for a Carti clone. And even like Lifeless Garments sometimes kind of sounds like Ken Carson. I remember one of my buddies, we were in his car driving, he was playing some Lifeless Garments, and I was like, oh, what Ken Carson song is this? And I was like, no, this is Lifeless Garments. And I'm like, right. So it kind of is like a mixture of Destroy Lonely, Playboi Carti, and Ken Carson. But Bite the World was the first project I ever heard by Lifeless Garments, and he went by Vamp Leak at the time. And when this project came out, this was like the first project that really got me into the whole underground sound. I think he was at like 600 monthly listeners at the time. He was super underground. I found him from a Bobbleam stream, and I was just like, holy man, this guy is incredible. And this is just like weeks, or I think like a few months after A Whole Lot of Red. And Lifeless Garments just took that sound and ran with it. Like All Thoughts, 10 out of 10 song. Brand New Cash, 10 out of 10 song. Throw the F Up, probably a 9 out of 10 song. I know, bro, that's a 10 out of 10 song. Never Hate, it's also a 10 out of 10 song. I remember bumping Never Hate just so much. And yeah, this was, I guess, 3 years ago now. It's 2021 because it's almost 2024, but like, holy man, this project is probably one of my favorite underground projects in the last 2 to 3 years. I'd probably say second behind Up to Me by Yeet. Summertime, crazy. Like, summertime vibes on that song is just so good, man. Like, I can't even, it's just so good. And I still think Bite the World is Lifeless Garments' best project. Anarchy Vamp goes hard, and Bite the World also goes hard. And then a few months later, he dropped the deluxe Bite the World deluxe EP. And what Lifeless Garments usually does for deluxes is he usually just makes a totally different project. Doesn't even have the same songs from the deluxe. as the original. So Bite the Road had a whole bunch of different songs on there. Nothing's Forever is still in my rotation. Madman just goes dumb. Rockstar Life is really good. And then there's some other projects in between that Life is Garments dropped I wasn't the biggest fan of, but the most recent one that's still in my rotation is Blood Loss Music revamped Love Flu. I think Love Flu is better than Love Flu 2. Daywalker just goes dumb. Like this project obviously came out in 2023. Paint the Whole Room Black goes dumb. Blood Cups is alright. It's still in my rotation sometimes. It gets skipped quite often. Jump of the Car goes hard, and Brand New Cash 2. And this is like the part 2 of the version of Brand New Cash from his Bite the Road project, which in my opinion, Bite the Road is an underground classic. I just wish more people knew about Life is Garments because he's just incredible in my opinion. And then there's a few other singles he dropped there, like Blood Pack was fire, still in rotation. Darth Vader featuring Rolling Thrax. And speaking of Rolling Thrax and Life is Garments, they're kind of around the same, stratosphere of artists and stuff like that. There's Southside Silhouette, Rolling Thrax, Life is Garments. They're all kind of together in their own little lane. I think they signed to Ian Connor's label, and they're just like super fire. Like they're coming up underground. Like they make crazy good music, man. And then That's Cool is one of his top songs on Spotify. What was that again? Yeah, That's Cool has 120,000 views on Spotify. And yeah, it deserves the views. It honestly deserves a lot more views. Like, it's a little bit upsetting that Life is Garments doesn't get the recognition he deserves. But yeah, these are a lot of the songs I really enjoy. Live Vamp, Die Vamp, crazy good project by Life is Garments. It was the same year he dropped Bite the World, and this was just like ahead of its time. And it just didn't get any love from like any mainstream like sources, like no YouTubers, no nothing. Like Pluto goes down. Ability I had in rotation for a long time. Teach You to Love is good. New Guns goes hard. But Texas Ranger, that song is stupid hard. Like it's so good, man. I can't even lie to you. And yeah, a lot of the songs from Live Vamp, Die Vamp was pretty good. And then he dropped a deluxe, like how he does deluxes. He makes it a totally new project. Doesn't have any of the other songs from the original project in the deluxe. The 2 songs that I liked on there was Addy Live and Decide Live. Addy sounds like a straight up Playboi Carti like clone track. It's so good, man. Like you guys are straight up missing out on Life is Garments. He's just fucking great. And then one of his most recent projects he dropped this year, Train to Kill, definitely hard. The only thing I would say about it is just like the mixing on it was just like the 808s and some of his vocals were just too distorted. Like I know that's kind of what he was going for, but I really only came out with 2 songs maybe 3 songs that I kept in my rotation. Obviously the Lean On Ya is just a crazy good performance. Bondage was pretty good. And She Wanna Come was a fire one. But overall this project was pretty good. Like I fucked with it heavy. And then he recently dropped the Train to Kill Deluxe, which is obviously, like I said before, he just makes a totally different project after he drops the deluxe. And this one has been on my rotation. Like it just came out like I think last week, and honestly there's no misses on the project whatsoever. All straight up bangers. Probably say my favorite is Elon Musk, or Elon Lifestyle is my favorite off it so far. And he definitely improved with engineering on this project. I'm not too sure who mix and masters his projects, but they did a way better at mixing the 808s and his vocals in this. It wasn't as distorted, way more listenable, and it's one of the best projects this year. But yeah, there's a lot of other songs I do like by Life is Garments, like Work That Vamp. That project was honestly a miss to me, but very experimental. I didn't really like it that much, but obviously there's a few songs in there that I kept in my rotation, like Moment, Fly Away, She Wanna Have Sex, Finn and Jake. Finn and Jake goes hard. Drugs and Unfold. And then 7 Deadly Sins is like an underrated single that he just randomly dropped. I think it was on SoundCloud before, but I think this is the Playboi Carti Clone nobody talks about. He's just too good, man, to not talk about him. You know what I mean? He's just fire. I can't even lie to you. He's just so good, and I really hope he blows up because he's been in this game for like 3 to 4 years now, consistently, just killing it.